A warm welcome to all my dear children. This is Dorothy ma'am. In this class, we are going to continue with the second part of the story, that is 2.2, Helen Keller and Anne Sullivan. I hope you have revised the first part and done with the assignment. So, children, we know how Helen learned to spell words, and also she understood that everything has a name. So, let's proceed further with the story. One day, when she was playing with her doll, Miss Sullivan put her big rag doll into her lap and also spelled Doll and tried to make her understand that Doll applied to both. Earlier, she had a tussle over words mug, mug, and water, water. Mrs. Sullivan had tried to impress that mug is mug and water is water, but she persisted in confounding the two. In despair, she dropped the subject for the time, only to renew it at the first opportunity. Helen became impatient, and her repeated attempts and seizing to the new doll, she dashed it on the floor. She keenly delighted when she felt the fragments of the broken doll at her feet. Neither sorrow nor regret followed her passionate outburst. She had not loved the doll. In the still, dark world in which she lived, there was no strong sentiment or tenderness. She felt her teacher sweep the fragments to one side of the earth, and she had a sense of satisfaction that the cause of her discomfort was removed. Her teacher brought her hat and knew she was going out into the warm sunshine. They walked down the path to the well house, attracted by the fragrance of the honeysuckle with which it was covered. Someone was drawing water, and her teacher placed her hand under the spout. As the cool stream gushed over one hand, she spelled into the other the word water. First slowly, then rapidly, her whole attention fixed upon the motion of her fingers. Suddenly, she felt a misty consciousness as of something forgotten, a thrill of returning thought, and somehow the mystery of language was revealed to her. She knew that water meant the wonderful, cool something that was flowing over her hand. Living words awakened her soul, gave it light, hope, joy, set it free. There are barriers still, it is true, but barriers that could in time swept away. Helen left the well house eager to learn. Everything had a name, and each name gave birth to a new thought. As they returned to the house, every object she touched seemed to quiver with life. That was because she saw everything with the strange new sight that had come to her. On entering the door, she remembered the doll she had broken. They felt her way to the hearth, and she picked up the pieces. She tried vainly to put them together. Then her eyes were filled with tears, for she realized what she had done, and for the first time she felt repentance and sorrow. She learned great many words That day, she did not remember what they all were, but she knew mother, father, sister, teacher were among them. Words that were to make the world blossom to her, Aaron's rod with flower. It would have been difficult to find a happier child than she was lay in her crib at the close of that eventful day, and lived over the joys it had brought her, and for the first time longed for a new day to come. So, children, all of you have must like the story. Isn't it very inspirational? Yes, children, it is an inspirational story. Please go through the lesson and do the activities. Meanings: expectant, being excited and expecting something to happen. Hearth, the area that is in front of a fireplace. Longed for, desired for. Persisted, kept on. Quiver, shake. Rag doll, a doll made from cloth. Spout, tap. Vainly, without success. Now, assignment. Answer the following questions. How did Helen Keller feel after breaking the doll? Which words were like Aaron's rod for killer? Have you ever felt sorrow or repentance after breaking something? Question number 2. Use the following words in sentences of your own. Limitation, passionate. Thank you.